I'm Mr. MegaManFan. This is the PC Engine Files, and today we are looking at Puzznic, which was developed and produced by Taito in 1989, and subsequently ported to damn near everything. Not the least of which being the PC Engine, which is why we're featuring it here, but also NES, Game Boy, SharpX 68000, Commodore Amiga 64, MS-DOS, ZX Spectrum, Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, FM Towns. It was on everything. The arcade and the FM Towns versions are rather infamous because at the end of each level, there's a naked lady, and that naked lady is subsequently removed in all the home ports, which were handled by Ocean Software, except for a 2003 PlayStation version that was handled by Ultron. Now, even though this is a tile matching game, it's probably not the kind of tile matching game you're familiar with, and this caused me quite a bit of trouble in my playthrough. For one, you can't swap tiles. There's no picking a tile and switching it with another tile. The only way to match the tiles is to make them drop down next to a tile, either horizontally or vertically, and when you do, both of them disappear, and if you get a group, all of that group disappear, which also results in some mystifying puzzles that you can't solve because there are moving pieces on the board that block you from dropping pieces down, and then if you have one piece left over because of that and nothing to match it with, you can't win the level. So at some point I was like, well, to heck with this. If they're going to make this some sort of cryptic unsolvable puzzle, I'll just play the action version of the game. But the action version is maybe worse because it's completely randomized and the pieces fall at such a rapid rate that it's just about impossible to make matches before your screen fills up with tiles. And it doesn't even game you over like Tetris or Dr. Mario when you get to the top. It just waits for you to make a match and then just rapidly drops more tiles into the playfield so that it blocks you from making more matches. It is stupefying why it goes so fast in the freestyle mode, and it's mind-boggling that you can't swap tiles in the puzzle mode. And yet somehow, according to Amiga Power, this is the 34th best game of all time. I don't know about that. I think I would prefer something like Panel de Pawn, where you can swap the tiles and they move up at a gradual pace so that you can actually match the tiles as they fill into the playfield. And then it gets faster over time and you get forced to get better and make matches quicker, but it doesn't punish you right from the very beginning the way Puzznic does. And I almost wonder if this is a facet of the PC Engine version, and I need to compare it by playing it on something else, Game Boy or Commodore 64, one of those other ports, and see if it really runs this fast and is this uncontrollable. But the whole idea of matching tiles by gravity alone and nothing else is just infuriating if you've been playing any kind of match 3 games on your cell phone and you're used to being able to swap pieces, rotate pieces, shift pieces. You're so used to being able to move things around to make a match that when you can only move left, right, and down and gravity constantly pulls your play pieces into the places they can go, it just, okay, I get that that's part of the design of the puzzle and that's intentional on the developer's part, but it's, maybe this is a game that was just better in its time because it feels like puzzle games have passed the concept of Puzznic by. They just don't hold the same value if they use antiquated concepts, but then that can't possibly be true because the oldest versions of Tetris are just as fun to play as the modern versions of Tetris with all the additional spins, rotations, and slides that you can do that older versions don't necessarily have. So I don't know if I'm just too dense for Puzznic, or if Puzznic is just moving too fast on this particular console version, or if there's just something about swapping tiles that I'm not seeing. It's certainly not in the Wikipedia entry for this game, and I don't have an instruction manual because this is all I have. So if there's a way to swap tiles that I don't know about other than just letting gravity do its thing, let me know, because I've tried the 1 button, the 2 button, the run button. I've tried every button. The only thing I can do eventually is just give up when I can't get through a puzzle, and then the freestyle mode, I just get nowhere fast. And I do mean literally fast, with the rate that you see these pieces dropping into the playfield. I don't know, man. I don't get it. There's clearly something I'm missing. But this game does have a legacy that has survived beyond PC Engine and its counterparts. As Wikipedia notes, many clones share the same basic gameplay, but have added extra features. Boy, howdy, I'm sure they have. Apparently, it's been on various phones as Addled or Germinal, and there's a PC clone called Bricks that was released by Epic Mega Games. Android devices got a version called Puzzmagic, and there's an iPhone clone called Gem Panic, and Blockbuster Hard Puzzle Game appeared for iOS just 2 years ago. I wonder if Taito is getting any of the money for those. If not, they probably should be. But I certainly would like extra features in Puzznic. Just the ability to swap 2 tiles that are next to each other would be freaking fantastic. It doesn't even have to be horizontal and vertical. Just horizontal alone would be enough. But speaking of enough, I think this is enough ranting about Puzznic, which disappoints me to no end, because I love puzzle games and I really wanted to like Puzznic, but this one is what Brian Alvarez from WrestlingObserver.com would call no buys. Don't even think about it. It's just, there are better puzzle games. Chu-Man Fu is a better puzzle game than this. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. This is the PC Engine Files, and as always, thank you for watching.